Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. The United States Mint under investigation? Let's explore. In an article posted on Coin World yesterday, I had missed it, but thankfully Silver Wolverine caught it and posted a video this morning that the Treasury Inspector General may investigate some of these mint sales to authorize bulk purchasers. And I think it's an incredibly important topic. As you know, Silver Wolverine and I have been pretty vocal about this, so check out his video on this topic as well. The Treasury Department's Office of Inspector General is under consideration plans to investigate the United States Mint's management of commemorative coin programs, its research and development of circulating coin compositions, and its implementation and management of sales of limited edition numismatic products. And that's the focal point here. And, there is reviews that are done annually that are now out of the ordinary, but this, I think, is something new and is worthy, I believe, of investigation. The Treasury, OIG, has currently undertaken reviews of how Mint acquires gold bullion, its project management, and its controls over raw materials and coin exchange programs. The OIG's plans are detailed in the agency's annual fiscal year 2021. Its plan and fiscal year runs from October 1st through September 30th. So, according to the 2021 fiscal year annual plan, Treasury OIG currently contemplates initiating several investigations in future fiscal years. Plans to assess the Mint's controls related to the acquisition of silver bullion and other precious metals. The investigation will include the Mint's purchasing and responsible sourcing of precious metals. But concerning the availability of Mint's numismatic limited products, the document said, we plan to determine if the Mint is ensuring the fair and equitable availability of its products to all customers and assess the Mint's methods for establishing mintage and product limits for certain numismatic products. Regarding the Mint's controls over the sales of limited production investment-grade products, the plan is to determine if the Mint's practices adhere to establish policies and procedures designed to ensure the broadest and most fair access. That's the important point here. And on the same subject, the OIG also plans to scrutinize actions taken by the Mint relating to weakness identified in prior Treasury OIG checks to see if action adequately addresses issues noted. As reported by Coin World, the U.S. Mint has received sustained customer flack for most of the calendar year 2021 over the Bureau's handling of the release and sales of multiple limited edition numismatic products, all of which have sold out within a matter of minutes from sales launch. And I will add, not without great frustration with the website, struggling with the website. That's been a big issue and continues to be. They have not fully fixed that problem. They may have taken out some of the bots that have been coming through, but many of us have still received error pages and haven't to prove that we weren't robots and that type of thing, which is fine, but I believe that, for some people, they got in very quickly, in and out. Others, even in the same process and ordering, we may have found these struggles. Some Mint collector customers also complain about perceived unfairness in connection with a new dealer initiative. For some specific limited edition products, the Mint has reserved up to 10% of the maximum authorized mintage to be parted out among 18 qualified dealers who comprise the Mint's Authorized Bulk Purchase Program, or ABPP. They can place orders the week before a scheduled public release and pick up that product from the Mint's contracted order fulfillment center before sales open to the rest of the public. So they pay this 5% premium over the public retail price, and they can't offer until the public release. The time and energy and fuel and cost in order to drive to pick up those coins means that their cost is going to be much greater, and they're going to charge much more. They essentially are setting the secondary market price for these coins, which I think is ridiculous and unfair. And as Silver Wolverine said in his video, heck, some of us probably wouldn't mind paying a 5% premium to have that ability to be able to get them early. But nonetheless, the cost to drive there from Oklahoma or wherever to their fulfillment center in Memphis, Tennessee, there's quite a cost to that. And but nonetheless, it's just, to me, it seems unnecessary, and I believe it's also an unfair practice. The ABPP dealers who pay this premium over the retail price cannot offer the purchase for sale until the public release. U.S. Mint officials did not disclose details of the ABPP program until February of 2021, when CoinWorld confirmed its existence with Bureau officials. And the thing is, David J. Ryder was supposed to be revolutionary and really kind of reform the mint. Well, he reformed it all right. He reformed it in the opposite direction, completely tone deaf to what collectors feel is fair and what I think is equal access to these products. And obviously the trouble with the Mint's website is something that's way more than a decade old, and they've not done enough to make that fix. And I believe that there's other issues and things that they could do to address making it even more fair in order to get some of these products. Now, what do foreign mints do for access for some of these things? They do things a little bit differently, but they offer a lot more products out there because they are not constrained by their legislators. Here in the U.S., we are. But the thing is in many cases, the mint can set the mintages for these. And yes, some will say, no, somebody has mentioned in the comment section, one of my videos, that, hey, you give it to the mint director. These lower mintages have certainly excited the collector community. I would say probably more frustrated than not. The actual offerings, especially of the Morgan and Peace dollars, you can thank Congress for that, or especially those who lobbied Congress to get these bills passed, to get these coins made. But nonetheless, they are very expensive, and that's another problem too. The Mint's prices, I believe that should be investigated as well. The Mint is there to, it's one of the few government agencies that does profit. But where do their profits go? They go right back into the general revenues of the Treasury. In other words, you are helping to pay down the national debt. Now, it's a molecule in a drop of a bucket. In other words, it's very minuscule. You're not going to pay down the debt. So my feeling is why charge so much more? Why take a proof set that has 5 silver quarters in it and bump up the price almost 40%, and then the next year the price remains the same with only 2 silver quarters in it? It's just ridiculous in my view. But nonetheless, the article continues here. The Coin World has sought the release of the identities of the 18 authorized bulk purchase dealers, but so far the U.S. Mint officials refuse to supply that information. And by the way, speaking of which, I have yet to really see who is selling some of these coin releases on the day of that they become available from the United States Mint. Have any of you ever seen these authorized bulk purchasers? Because we could probably pick them out if they were selling the coins on the same day that the Mint has. Isn't that the whole reason? So you don't have to fight with the website. Yes, you pay a much higher premium, well over 10% if you calculate the cost it takes to drive and find those coins. Have any of you seen any of these coins on sale from any coin dealers out there? I have not seen a single one for the same day of the sale. Subsequent to a verbal refusal, CoinWorld filed a formal Freedom of Information Act request for the release of the information. Wow. So there you go. So they even did that. The Mint is not very forthcoming with information. I used to have a contact at the Mint who would actually go and research my questions. Now, I may not get the answers I want or the detail that I like, but at least he was willing to go and ask the questions to give me some information. I've not seen him. He's been gone now. But anyways, something is awry there at the Mint. In the months following for the Freedom of Information Act, CoinWorld has received confirmation from the Mint's FOIA disclosure officer of receiving the publication's inquiry, but so far officials provide no further response, stonewalling. And the Mint's notified ABPP participants of CoinWorld's FOIA efforts to obtain release of the names of the ABP participants. Good for CoinWorld for pursuing this. I tell you, now there are reviews that have been going on and are kind of regular, and that's kind of what this is talking about. Now, the Senridge and funding, circulating coin shipments decreased 8.8% from fiscal year 2018 and 19, which is significantly more than prior years. And it talks about that profits kind of basically of circulating U.S. coins that they do. Of course, we know that the cost for the 5 cent and cent coins were above face value for the 14th consecutive year. And maybe the money they lose there is probably could be a clue as to why they're raising the price of the numismatic products to make up for it on the other end. Who knows? But you think about it, at 1.99 cents for the cent and 7.62 cents for the 5 cent coin, they're losing half their money on minting Lincoln cents, and quite a lot of money in the 5 cent coin as well. Very interesting indeed. I think it's been quite a challenge, and it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out. And maybe it's just another attempt for them to make money, and they're trying to find ways to break even. But, you know, like most government organizations, well, they typically do lose money, and they're not very good with resources. And obviously, public relations, I believe, is at an all-time low with the U.S. Mint. People are very frustrated, and the best place to see that frustration is on the U.S. Mint's Facebook page. People are just giving them hell on their Facebook page for their practices and things like that. It's not a good look for the U.S. Mint for sure. So I believe they should investigate these mint sales, and very interesting indeed. Let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below. I want to say also that I believe that maybe it may be worth inquiring about this auction that the U.S. Mint is going to be having as well, with these signed sets for the first and last of the Eagles, and that are going to be for sale. You've heard me talk about that as well. Is that something that the Mint should be doing? Now, we may know the motivation for doing it because of the money they're losing on their circulating coin production, but nonetheless, I believe that might be considered to be under investigation as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Check out Silver Wolverine's video. I will post a link to it in the description of this video for his take on this. And a multitude of gratitude you all for taking the time to watch. And I encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.